do. Let's talk about a real president that's here with former president Obama. Gotta love him. Gotta love him. And they always talk about he black and white. You hit, baby. All these people love this man. I'm telling you, he is probably the most respected.
This honor flight is to honor all the veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. It's all free for them. We show them all their monuments and explain what their monuments are about. We just try to treat them with dignity that some of them didn't get when they came home from the war.
Wow.
Hello, everybody. What?
Hello, everybody. Just that voice. Hello, everybody. Yeah, y'all just want to show dignity and love that they didn't get when they came home. And Captain Mary, you thought that it would be a good idea and the best representation to honor the men and women who did not get the honor that they should have received when they were welcomed back or when they came back. You felt in your heart of heart the choice to represent that, to show that, to illustrate, to bless them with would be President Obama. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Not Donald Trump. No. No. Thank you for your service. Let's hear it again.
Some of them didn't get when they came home from the war.
Hello, everybody. What?
Hello, everybody.
Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service to you, your family, the sacrifices that all of you made to protect.
I mean,
with dignity that some
something
of them didn't get
we
when
ain't
they
never
came
seen
home from
Trump
the war.
do from the heart.
Everybody.
Hello,
What?
everybody.
As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service to you, your family, the sacrifices that I wanted to stop by and just say
Mouth wide
for your
open.
extraordinary service to you, your family, the sacrifices that all of you made to
Mouth
protect our
wide
country is something
open.
that will always be honored. And we are very grateful.
Get when they came home from the war.
Hello, everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service to you, your family. The sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with the 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here. Sir?
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current.
He said,
agree in honor.
wow.
That is absolutely.
He said, wow. You know, this will put chills on you. Again, this ain't about nothing but honor, respect, love for the veterans and love for our country. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I love this. Wow.
Former or current.
Wow. Wow. A day that he will never, ever, ever forget.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, agree in honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing to have.
The time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford. How about that? So
Oh, man. What an honor.
Grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with the 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here. Sir?
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, agree in honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing to have.
The time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford. How about that? So
joy in my heart today to see all these people help us out. It's good. We still got people in our country, and that's good.
I had tears in my eyes. I just couldn't believe that there was that many people around that remembered us and was there to
Awesome.
greet us, and it was just unbelievable.
Well, it means a lot.
And absolutely, y'all deserve that and more. You deserve it and more. You deserve it and more. Thank you. Thank you. It's not about red or blue, black or white, left or right, none of that mess. None of that. It's about respect, it's about love, it's about humanity, it's about appreciation. It ain't about hate, it ain't about none of that mess. People sacrifice their lives for everybody in the U.S. They sacrifice their life. So they deserve it and more. And proud that we at least had a president that could stand in the paint to show peace and love and harmony instead of chaos. And when I say God bless America, I mean that. The good and the bad. We deserve better than what we're getting right now.
Stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service to you, your family. The sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here. Sir?
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing to have.
Last time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford. How about that? So like,
President, how you enjoy my heart today to see all these people help us out. I got my good. It's good. We still got people in our country, and that's good.
It tears in my eyes. I just couldn't believe that there was that many people around that remembered us and was there to greet us, and it was
Hey,
just
everybody.
unbelievable.
well, it means a lot because back then you got off the plane there and you had no welcome.
Oh,
And
wow.
people were almost booing you.
Oh,
I'm real
wow.
happy that now with current troops that come back from deployments, they get welcomed back really nice because that's what should happen. So it's being recreated in this.
Can you imagine sacrificing your life, fighting for a country, and come back and boo you? Can you imagine that? It's like, what am I fighting for? Yeah. And then you got someone representing who has made mention of nothing about how much money, what I've done, and bad mouth, and none of that. Just honor and respect.
Then you got off the plane there and you had no welcome.
No
And
welcome.
people were almost booing you.
I'm real happy that now with current troops that come
heartbreaking,
back
man.
from deployments, they get welcomed back really nice because that's what should happen. So it's being recreated in this flight, and that makes you feel good.
I haven't flown for 50 years. I was in the military from 72 to 76. Our country puts these things up, these memorials, honoring the men and women that served. You couldn't ask for something greater.
This has been going on over 20 years, and it started out very small, and now a lot of states have their own hubs, and they raise their own money and they set up the whole flights. They set up where they're going to go, the buses, the flights, flight like today from Madison, Wisconsin will come in the morning and leave in the afternoon, and we'll get them around to every monument we can within reasonable time. Every city in this country has got veterans in it, I guarantee it. Go up and say thank you, and just tell them how much you appreciate them.
Every day.
Does your garage get cold in the
Every
wintertime?
day. We need to honor them. If we see them, honor them. And if you happen to see one on the side of the road who, you know, may have a can or ask them for help or and say I'm hungry, meet them at the corner, Jack in the Box or Denny's or what have you. Tell them to meet me over there and pay for a meal. Pay for a meal. You don't have to sit with them. Let them order whatever they want to eat and pay for it and leave. Say thank you. Thank you for your service and leave. Don't have to know their whole story. Don't ask them what happened. Don't go off into you could get. Don't go off into any of that. The Bible says if a brother is hungry, feed him. It didn't say judge them. It didn't say question them. If you see him, a veteran.
The answer
I'm
is
saying
it's
veterans.
super small,
Right now I'm saying
lightweight.
veterans. Feed them. He didn't say give them money. He said feed them. If you have a brother that's hungry, feed them. Because I don't care how wealthy you are today. I don't care your story of how you got to where you are today. It could be gone in a blink of an eye, baby. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Let me move on, because I can preach that. I can preach that one too. I can dang sure preach that one. I don't care who you are. You see Trump stealing, willing and dealing, you know, man, ooh, we don't even want to talk about how some people get to where they are today. So I'm gonna move on before I hurt some people's feelings. Yeah, we the people want a story. We want them to tell us why and how and the choices that they made. You ain't fought for your country. You ain't done nothing. You don't know the mental anguish that they were. You don't know nothing. You just want to judge. Ugh. Anyway, let me move on. Let me move on. And I'm not gonna be here. I always feed no crap. I mean, hey. I mean, Lana, we say we Christians. Bible said if you don't work, you don't eat. Lord. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. And that Schofield Bible having us thinking a whole bunch of stuff that ain't real and ain't true. All I know is he came to save the world and not condemn it. Okay? So, shout out to them that came out to show love to the veterans, all of them. But let's get off into this. This is funny to me. I'm not going to be here long. I got some more Charlie Kirk stuff coming up later. Hold on.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays.
Let me read that. What'd you say? I carry comfort kits for people. Awesome. That's good. Be nice. What? I don't have that much money, but I took him to K. Absolutely good. Awesome. Bless you. Yeah. I think I got it set for 9. And it's gonna be picking up where I left off yesterday when I had my temper tantrum. Listen, I came in yesterday telling y'all I wasn't feeling it. I told y'all I wasn't feeling it. I told y'all yesterday I was just so disappointed. I was not feeling it. And I came in telling the truth. I wasn't feeling it. And then I had a situation that I had to take a call that lasted all to the late in the midnight hours. So, you know. Oh yeah, I own it. See there? See there, Miss Tom? I own mine. I came in telling y'all what type of mood I was. No. Yes. Yes. I am not in denial. I know who I am. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. And then I had a situation that came about. Yeah. So, you know, to thy own self be true. So I'm going to pick up where I left off. And that's going to be at 9, because I'm not going to be here long. I may say 9:30, but I think I moved it to 9. And so it's saying, AI, who's the worst U.S. president in the 21st century? And here's the names. I haven't watched it. I saw it. So let's see what it says. Let's go. Oh, Lord. I done hit the mute button. Can y'all hit the like button, please? Like, share, and subscribe. About join the membership. Can you do that for me, please? I've been to Pearl Harbor. It's been a long time. Yeah. I went on a fam trip a long time ago when I worked for American Airlines up under the hotel side of it. And my properties were in Hawaii. And my first fam trip was to Honolulu. And we did go to the Pearl Harbor, so I have seen that before. Yeah, shout out to was it Aston? Aston Hotel and Resorts. You couldn't tell me nothing, baby, when I worked for a company who paid. We flew first class, baby.
Over the last 25.
We went to at that time I went to Honolulu, Kauai. I didn't go to Maui that time. I think I went to Kona Island, the coffee island. So yeah, and then I went back. I won I was either ranked number 1 or number 2 at a company I worked for in sales. And had a week trip in Maui, all expenses paid. So yeah, shout out to Hawaii, and yes, shout out to Pearl Harbor. Let's go.
Years, the United States has only had 4 presidents. Each one promised the world, swung the country from one extreme to the other.
In the 21st century.
Over the last 25 years, the United States has only had 4 presidents. Each one promised the world, swung the country from one extreme to the other, and probably thinks that he did a better job than the guy before him. So then, here's the question. Who was the worst U.S. president of the 21st century so far? Go on and drop his big, beautiful name in the comments while he's falling asleep. But seriously, the country's more divided than ever.
What did it say? Go and drop his name, baby, as he falls asleep on the job. On the job. While he talking about doxing somebody for not coming to work when there was a shutdown because of the Epstein files. Falling asleep on the job. Ain't that grounds for termination? Ain't that grounds? Or what is it for impeachment? Heck.
Name in the comments while he's falling asleep. But seriously,
do he have his hands up under his chin, y'all? Come on now, come on.
Over the last 25
it started
years,
over. Oh, no.
That you care about so far.
Is his head up under his
Over
chin?
the last 25 years, the United States has only had 4 presidents. Each one promised the world.
Why it won't let me go back to when he had his hand up under his chin?
Swung the country from one extreme to the other, and probably thinks that he did a better job than the guy before him. So then, here's the question. Who was the worst U.S. president of the 21st century so far? Go on and drop his big, beautiful name in the comments while he's falling asleep.
Yeah, it would not let me stop
the
there.
country's more divided than ever, and no matter who you pick, millions of people are going to disagree with you. That's why I'm bringing in our favorite soulless machine to settle this once and for all. And here's the plan. I'm going to ask AI to rank every modern U.S. president from best to worst. I'm talking 4 men: George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump. ChatGPT is going to break it down with an honest, no-spin analysis and tell us who really deserves the title of the absolute worst modern president. We'll get into all of that in just a moment, but real quick, if you want to support the channel, help this video reach more people, or just say thanks, the best way to do that is by hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this video with someone who would really enjoy it.
See, I'm not the only one that asked the same thing. I'm not the only one. Why it's spinning, I don't know. Thank you, Janet. Y'all, it's spinning. Flapjack came up in here. Now it started spinning. I mean, baby. Oh, it's telling me to refresh. Hold on. Hold on. It's saying refresh, restart. Hold on. Why? And I did a refresh and restart before I signed on. Play trying to control. And ain't that funny, Be Rich? You see how that work? I guess they finna change it up. Change it up. I mean, now why? Hold on. Let me go to another device. You see how you play? You play? Oh my goodness. That's why for Christmas, I'm gonna give me some whole new devices where they won't be able to yeah, I'm switch it up on them. Sure am. So whatever they done tapped into, they'll have to go through that process all over again. You understand? Yeah, they try to control you and control the narrative. Hold on, let me go to another device and pick right up where we were rudely interrupted with the worst. With the worst. So when I say have a plan B, oh, wait a minute. When I say have a plan B, I have a plan B. and a plan C. It may be a D. Who knows? Let's go. We're going to see. We're going to pick up where we were rudely interrupted over here. Let me set it up. Ain't going to stop nobody. They ain't going to stop nobody. They don't know who I am. They going to learn today. They're going to learn today.
Presidents. Each one promised the world, swung the country from one extreme to the other, and probably thinks that he did a better job than the guy before him. So then, here's the question. Who was the worst U.S. president of the 21st century so far? Go on and drop his big, beautiful name in the comments while...
This one. This one. The one who is on the job sleep. Like I was saying before, they tried to control my narrative and play with my device. When they play with one device, move to another. Hello. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Ain't this grounds for impeachment? It would be grounds for termination if you was on the job sleep. Why he get a pass? Sleepy diaper MAGA Trump sting. I know that's right. You have to put sleepy, dirty, nasty diaper MAGA Trump sting. I bet you, because I bet you that diaper is funky as hell, sticking to that ass.
He's falling asleep. But seriously, the country's more divided than ever, and no matter who you pick, millions of people are going to disagree with you.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm bringing in our favorite soulless machine to settle this once and for all. And here's the plan. I'm going to ask AI to rank every modern U.S. president from best to worst.
On parade, yep.
George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump.
Oh, that looked like he had breasts right there. When was that? He sure looked plumpy. Hold on. Back that up. He should like he had some breasts or something. Let's go.
And here's the plan. I'm going to ask AI to rank every modern U.S. president from best to worst. I'm talking 4 men: George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump.
Wasn't he a little top heavy? Did he have on a mega bra? Did he have on a bra? Are them nipples? What we doing? Is this some of that freaky, kinky Epstein shit? That is a bra. Brazier. What is, I mean, he was wearing a MAGA bra. He needs some of them pasties because his nipples is showing. The first U.S. president with a bra on, baby. And he was rocking his blue. Hello. Was this when he was a Democrat? Because folk don't know that, you know. Why these folk all up in his ass. They didn't know that he was a Democrat before he was a Republican. That ain't no bulletproof vest. He said he got that coat shot, and he said he was Superman. He said he was model. He has on a mega bra. Yeah, go buy you one. Fellas, go buy you a mega bra. Yeah, so your McDonald nipples won't be showing. But let's go.
ChatGPT is going to break it down with an honest, no-spin analysis and tell us who really first. I'm talking 4 men: George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump.
Girl.
ChatGPT is going to break it down with an honest, no-spin analysis and tell us who really deserves
hiding that medical equipment. Okay, I'll take that.
We'll get into all of that in just a
I
moment,
still
but
think
real
it's the
quick,
bra.
If you want to support
Brazier.
the channel, help this video reach more people, or just say thanks, the best way to do that is by hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this video with someone who would really enjoy it. It helps more than you think, so take a second to do that before we get into the chat.
See, I ain't the only one, Miss Tom.
We're Maurice's, and we're here to give you that styled feeling.
No, he your king. He your cult leader. He your pappy. He your pimp pappy. He your PDF file pimp pappy. Did he pimp your kids too, Charles? Since you all up in his ass? Did he pimp your kids out too? Huh? Yeah, did he pass your little girl around?
These days,
Since you all up in his tail? Since he your pappy? Did you let your kids be passed around to the elite? Yeah, yes you did. Because that's the only reason why you will be over here cheerleading. Yeah. That would be the only reason. Because that's what they do. How about that? Yeah, you support a PDF filer. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
every headline feels
He your
like it's
pimp.
shouting
He
a
ain't
different
mine.
truth. One outlet praises, another panics, and you're stuck in the middle wondering what's real. That's why I use Ground News, today's sponsor. Ground News lets you see how Americans will receive warning about headlines, but AI, or just scan the QR code. You'll ChatGPT is already. Without further ado, let's start with the best one. You can pause the video right now and make your guess in the comments before.
Okay, so who is number one? So hold on. Oh, hold on. So who? I guess he's starting with the best. Hold on. Let's see what he said. You think it's a clone that went wrong?
It has to be clear, straightforward, totally unbiased, no sugarcoating, no fluff, no spin, just its own honest take on each president. It's going to rank the 4 presidents of the 21st century from best to worst with a clear explanation so that we can all
Okay, so
understand
starting
how
with
it
the
sees
best.
it.
Who is the
And
best?
yeah, since most of them serve 2 terms, both of those terms count. All right, without further ado, let's start with the best one. You can
Pause. So who do y'all think that what is it? Chat GPT is going to say is the best, not the worst, the best. It's going from the best down. Who will be? Let me change the picture. In all fairness, let's be fair. Who is Chat GPT is going to rate the best? The best. I mean, all of these people who trying to give me a hard time. Okay. Even they know he ain't the best. Even they know he isn't the best. Hello. Hey, Karen. I'm trying to get back to it so I can go along as well. Hold on. cause she want to be different, cause she a cult follower. Who is Barry? Yeah, we don't disrespect who Barry is, and so you have been deleted, never to return again. Follow instructions, dumbass.
Pause the video right now and make your guess in the comments before
Okay.
we find out. Okay, let's see who it picked.
Chat.
The best president of the 21st century, in my honest view, is Barack Obama.
Woo-hoo!
But he was competent, stable, and decent. Three qualities that went missing before and after him. He inherited an absolute mess, a collapsing economy, 2 wars, and a country exhausted from years of fear and division. And he didn't...
Now this is chat GPT. Let's go.
The best president of the 21st century, in my honest view, is Barack Obama. He wasn't perfect, but he was competent, stable, and decent. 3 qualities that went missing before and after him. He inherited an absolute mess.
Absolutely.
A collapsing economy, 2 wars, and a country exhausted from years of fear and division. And he didn't panic. He rebuilt confidence step by step. The recovery from the 2008 crash wasn't instant, but it was real. Jobs came back, markets recovered, and ordinary Americans started to feel some stability again. His biggest achievement, the Affordable Care Act, changed healthcare forever. Millions got insurance.
Biggest achievement. What Trump hates the most. Because there's nothing he can do to compare or compete. Yeah, listen, Elizabeth, this is Chat GPT. He's done the research. It's done the research. Absolutely. And that's why he cannot compete with Obamacare. And that's why people are going to learn the hard way. And in just a couple of few months, how very important Obamacare was and is. Cause who ass y'all eating right now finna wear y'all asses out. And you gonna learn what decisive really is. Yeah, he ain't decisive. He is a thief. Straight out, no chaser. But try to get rid of. Absolutely. Absolutely. He hated the fact that he cared about everybody. That's why I try to tell people who say he do nothing for black people. He was for equality. Yeah, but y'all missed it. And now you got a president who gonna equally take everybody money. Yeah. He ain't gonna discriminate on who where he is, cause he only want to align the money for the rich. But if you don't have enough zeros behind your name, he don't give a shit about none of us. You either, Elizabeth. Why you all up in his ass? He finna teach you a lesson in just a couple of months. You gonna learn to appreciate and stop being racist. You need to check your heart, ma'am, sir, whatever you are. Let's go.
Exhausted from years of fear and division. And he didn't panic. He rebuilt confidence step by step. The recovery from the 2008 crash wasn't instant, but it was real. Jobs came back, markets recovered,
Yeah.
and ordinary Americans started
Stop
to feel
drinking the
some
tea,
stability
Mark.
again. His biggest achievement, the Affordable Care Act, changed healthcare forever. Millions got insurance who'd never had it before. It wasn't flawless. Premiums rose, and the rollout was rocky, but it finally forced America to admit healthcare was a right, not a privilege. That alone made him historic. Foreign policy-wise...
Ooh, right there. Ooh, what you say that for, Chat GPT? You call him historic? Oh, Lord, they gonna lose their mind. Oh, the racists are gonna lose their mind. Chat GPT called Obama the best and historic. What you say? What you say? They can't whitewash that? They can't make it go away? Ain't no whitewashing it. Ain't no, they can't change history. They can't take away from the black greatness. They can't make it be a white man. He's great all by himself. Time out for all the white lies. Black is what it is, 'cause black is chosen. Enough white chalk available for you to erase that legacy. You might as well accept the fact. Yeah, because that whitewashing that you cheerleading for finna bankrupt your ass just like you black. Absolutely. Let's go.
Trigger-happy approach that defined the Bush years. He ended major combat in Iraq, killed bin Laden, and used diplomacy, like the Iran deal and reopening with Cuba, instead of endless wars. The one clear exception was Libya. He joined NATO airstrikes that toppled Gaddafi, but there was no real plan for what came next, and the country fell into chaos. It was one of his biggest foreign policy mistakes, and he even later admitted it.
He did what? He did what? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. He took accountability. You lying to me. You lying to me. You mean to tell me President Barack Obama took accountability? You mean to tell me that this light-skinned brother took ownership of his mistakes? He didn't act like he was flawless. He didn't act like every decision was the best decision. He took ownership of it. What are you saying to me? So you mean it took a black man to stand up and say, I made a mistake? You lying to me. He didn't blame nobody. He didn't blame nobody. He didn't blame nobody. He took responsibility of a mistake. Wow. That's why he's so respected. Both sides, whether we want to admit it or not. Both sides respect this man. You say what you want to say. Shout out to Chat GPT. I think they got it right. They telling us the truth. Let's go.
The Iran deal and reopening with Cuba instead of endless wars. The one clear exception was Libya. He joined NATO airstrikes that toppled Gaddafi, but there was no real plan for what came next, and the country fell into chaos. It was one of his biggest foreign policy mistakes, and he even later admitted it. He wasn't without flaws. He was overly cautious with Congress, sometimes too professorial, and his cool demeanor made him seem detached when people wanted more emotion. He didn't heal racial divides. If anything, his presidency showed how deep they still ran, and the rise of ISIS partly happened under his watch. But despite all that, he led with calm, honesty, and intellect. No scandals, no corruption, no daily chaos. He didn't embarrass the country or use the office for personal gain. Obama reminded people what normal, thoughtful leadership looks like. In a century full of reckless or self-serving presidents, that alone makes him the best.
Oh, we man. Oh, we man. Shout out. Shout out to the best who did it. Shout out to him. Let's hear what's next, y'all. Y'all ready? Let's...
That alone makes him the best. All right, got it. I actually like that AI never goes overboard with the praise. You know what I mean. It always keeps things balanced, so even in the same sentence, it can praise and criticize at the same time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's
based on
honest.
ChatGPT's analysis,
Let's keep it
Barack
honest.
Obama was named the best president of the last 25 years. All right, that leaves us with
Who's
3
second?
men: George W. Bush, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump.
Okay, who would be the next best? Who gets the second prize? Ooh. Ooh. Who would be number 2? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Y'all okay, y'all put who y'all think it is. Okay, you say George GW. Is that Bush? And didn't poop his pants. Who is GW? Bush? You talking about Bush, Mrs. Tom? Okay. Come on, y'all. Who will be number? Who is HW? So who's remaining is Biden, Bush, or Trump? We know who number 1 is. Who would be the second best president? It's from best to worst. Okay, George Walker Bush. Okay. Y'all say Bush. Y'all say Bush. Okay. I say Biden because, I mean, Clinton is not an option. Clinton is not an option. The remaining is Bush, Biden, and Trump.
Let's see who ChatGPT ranked right after Obama. Second place goes to Joe Biden. He's not flashy, not inspiring, and definitely not a great communicator, but when you strip away the noise, his presidency has been solid in terms of actual results. He came into office in early 2021 when the country was bitterly divided. The pandemic was still raging, and trust in government was almost gone. And despite his age and verbal stumbles, he managed to stabilize things.
It ain't about all of them being crooks or be rich. We're talking about the job they did for the United States. And I don't necessarily agree that all of them are crooks. I definitely do not believe that. And I don't know how you could say that. I mean, what did President Obama do that was crooked? And how? That's why they said no scandals, none of that. Before or after. So how is President Obama a crook? Better than I expected from Chat G. Yeah, yeah. And some of what people are saying they crooks about, they wasn't crooks about. Now what's going on right now is crooked. What makes them a crook? Come on, stop with all that other stuff. No. Stop coming in there. I want factual opinions. I don't mean Obama. Okay, when you say all of them, Clinton was not a part of it. I'm removing anybody who puts their name that we're not talking about. They said the 21st century. They said Obama, he's already out because he's number 1. Yeah. So we talking about who names were mentioned. Period. Don't bring up nobody else's name. Y'all can't follow instructions.
He was bitterly divided. The pandemic was still raging, and trust in government was almost gone. And despite his age and verbal stumbles, he managed to stabilize things. His biggest win was getting major bipartisan bills passed: the infrastructure law, the CHIPS Act to boost U.S. manufacturing, and major investments in clean energy. Those are long-term projects that'll shape the economy for decades. The economy recovered strongly after COVID, unemployment hit record lows, and wages finally started growing again. Inflation did spike badly in 2022 and 2023, but that was a global issue, not purely his doing. Still, he took the political hit for it.
Join ICE with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Join.ice.gov.
I'm just an actor. I don't know how to help people. No, it's just...
Was a global issue, not purely his doing. Still, he took the political hit for it. Foreign policy was one of his strongest points and weakest at the same time. He rebuilt relationships with NATO and led Western support for Ukraine, showing that the U.S. could still lead a coalition when it mattered. But the Afghanistan withdrawal was a disaster. Poor planning, chaos at the airport, and an ugly end to a 20-year war. Even though he inherited a no-win situation, the way it unfolded still damaged his credibility early on. He's also been hammered on immigration, with record numbers at the southern border and no lasting fix in sight. On the other hand, his administration stayed scandal-free, respected democratic institutions, and brought...
Scandal-free. Scandal-free. I mean, wow, that is so very important now. Scandal-free. Shout out to Scandal-free. Because right now our heads are spinning with all the dang scandals. Yeah.
Back some normalcy after Trump's chaos. Biden's presidency feels like that of an old mechanic. Slow, deliberate, but he gets the job done. Not exciting, not visionary, but competent. And in today's political climate, that counts for a lot. He ranks second because his leadership worked, even if his delivery didn't.
His leadership worked.
All right, Joe Biden at number 2.
Okay, so who
yeah, that answer.
So who's next? Yeah, who's next? That leaves George W. Bush and Trump. Who would be number 3?
Makes it seem even more like ChatGPT's got a bit of bipolar energy going on. I mean, I can't tell if it thinks that he was good or bad. Anyway,
it gave its honest opinion.
Bush and Donald Trump. But before we get to third place, go on and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a quick comment with your thoughts so far. I know that most of you are like, what does this YouTuber want from me? I'm just here to watch and leave. I get it, but honestly,
so who number 3?
That actually helps you as well. It tells YouTube to show you more videos like this one, and maybe even helps you to find some new channels that you're going to enjoy. You know, it's actually a win-win. So take a second and do at least one of those before we get on to the next name.
I'm going with Bush.
All right, I'm pretty sure that the praising part is over because we're down to the last 2 presidents that ChatGPT considers the worst of the last 25 years. So let's see who lands in the 3rd spot after Obama and Biden. And here's the answer. 3rd place goes to George W. Bush.
Ooh.
He started out as a fairly typical Republican. Low taxes, strong defense, faith-driven values, but his presidency was defined by 9/11, and everything changed after that day. For a short moment, he united the country and even the world. People trusted him. He had a chance to lead with wisdom and caution. Instead, he overreached. The invasion of Afghanistan made sense at first. That's where Al-Qaeda was. But Iraq was a huge mistake. It was based on bad intelligence and sold as fact. That war cost countless lives, trillions of dollars, and destabilized
weapons of mass destruction. Here we go again.
It made America look reckless and dishonest. The mission accomplished moment became a symbol of arrogance, and by the time he left office, the U.S. was stuck in 2 endless wars with no clear goals left. Domestically, he pushed massive tax cuts that mostly helped the rich and ballooned the deficit. His response to Hurricane Katrina was painfully slow, showing how unprepared his administration was for a national emergency. And by the end of his term, the economy was collapsing under the weight of the financial crisis. Still, Bush wasn't corrupt. He wasn't in it for himself. He had genuine conviction and seemed to care deeply about doing what he thought was right. The problem was,
Hey,
his
Naturally
judgment was
Norland.
terrible. His AIDS relief program in Africa saved millions, and that's something that deserves real credit. In the end, he wasn't evil, just dangerously misguided. He meant well, but left behind.
He what?
Mission accomplished moment became a symbol of arrogance.
Oh, that's the repeat of the wasn't that Iran that he dropped that? Wasn't it Iran that he dropped for Russia? Thank you, Naturally Norlands. And said he hit the target and he didn't. Lying. Said it was a success and it wasn't. Yeah, we just experienced that. Let's go.
Office, the U.S. was stuck in 2 endless wars with no clear goals left. Domestically, he pushed massive tax cuts that mostly helped the rich and ballooned the deficit.
Right there.
His response to Hurricane Katrina was painfully slow, showing how unprepared his administration was for a national emergency. And by the end of his term, the economy was collapsing under the weight of the financial crisis. Still, Bush wasn't corrupt.
He wasn't
in
corrupt
it for himself.
Wasn't
He
for
had
himself.
genuine conviction and seemed to care deeply about doing what he thought was right.
Okay.
The problem was, his judgment was terrible. His AIDS relief program in Africa saved millions, and that's something that
They want the all. There we go.
In the end, he wasn't evil, just dangerously misguided. He meant well, but left behind war, debt, and a shaken America. History will remember him as a president who had enormous power after 9/11 and used it in all the wrong ways.
True that. I mean, so far it's been kind of on point, ain't it?
If you're standing for your marriage, you really want to make it work, but you have no contact with
It's been on point. Let's go.
And used it in all the wrong ways.
And the number one word.
Got it. George W. Bush lands right here. And now for the most intriguing.
And who does that leave us with, y'all? Who does it leave us with? Donella. And this is not, this is Chat GPT, so it ain't someone's opinion. You know, they say AI knows best, right?
Part. Who could possibly be in first place as the worst president of the 21st century? Which president does ChatGPT think is the absolute worst so far? I don't even know who it could be. Let's just find out his beautiful name.
Big, beautiful
The worst president
dummy.
of the 21st century, without question, is Donald Trump. Not because of partisanship, but because of what he's done to the country across both of his terms. To truth,
Both
to
terms.
unity, and to the basic idea of responsible leadership. Every president makes mistakes, but Trump built his entire political brand on division, ego, and chaos. In his first term.
This is not about Obama. This is about who is the worst president. Yeah, and y'all thought so too. Cause when I asked who was the best, y'all didn't say Trump. Y'all didn't say the jackass. Y'all didn't say the ass was the best. Everybody laugh. Everybody laugh at him. Cause hell, Even they didn't say he was the best. Now y'all mad because he at the bottom. Yeah, he is the absolute worst. And then y'all gonna say bullshit. Hell, but even you didn't say he was the best. Don't come in here now, mad. Let me move over here. Don't come in here now, mad. Woo! What is this about? Hold on. Don't come in here mad, swole, talking about BS. No, it's the truth, and it's gonna set you free. You know it. He giving real details as of why he's ranked the worst. Absolute. Nah, not just the worst. It said absolute worst. Scum. Need to be deported over to a third world. Yeah, country.
Has only had 4 right here.
No, don't get mad.
Not because of.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're gonna move it over here to the big screen. Let's go. Not just the worst, but the absolute worst. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Yeah. Even you know he wasn't the best. And you go, if you don't know, now you will once you get that medical bill. Once that huge dollar amount start coming out your check. Yeah, for insurance. Let's go.
Who it could be. Let's just find out his beautiful name. The worst president of the 21st century, without question, is Donald Trump. Not because of partisanship, but because of what he's done to the country across both of his terms, to truth, to unity, and to the basic idea of responsible leadership. Every president makes mistakes,
biggest thief
but
in the
Trump
White
built
House.
his entire political brand on division, ego, and chaos. In his first term, he promised to drain the swamp and help ordinary Americans, but
he
ended
is
up serving himself and his wealthy donors. His tax cuts blew up the national debt. He pulled the U.S. out of key. In his first term, he promised.
The jackass is the swamp. Adds that funky, nasty diaper. That diaper saying he smelled like a swamp. A swamp that's been sitting stale. Ugh. 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 For years. Big ass. Big funky ass.
Promised to drain the swamp and help ordinary Americans, but ended up serving himself and his wealthy donors. His tax cuts blew up the national debt. He pulled the U.S. out of key international agreements like the Paris Climate Accord, left global allies unsure if they could trust America, and cozied up to authoritarian leaders while insulting traditional partners. His trade wars failed to revive U.S. manufacturing, and farmers paid for it with losses and government bailouts. His COVID response was one of the lowest points in modern leadership.
Absolutely.
He downplayed the virus, mocked health officials, and turned a global crisis.
And thought he was going to come up and market a cocktail that failed, just like any other business he tried to come up with.
The virus, mocked health officials, and turned a global crisis into a political.
Mocked health officials. Oh my God, he's so disrespectful.
Points in modern leadership. He downplayed the virus, mocked health officials, and turned a global crisis into a political weapon. Thousands died unnecessarily while he focused on TV ratings. It was reckless and selfish, the opposite of leadership. In his second term, he's doubled down on authoritarian instincts. He's flooded the government with loyalists, pushed sweeping tariffs that economists say will raise prices, and kept claiming that prices are going down.
I got it,
when
Mrs.
most
Tom.
Americans see the opposite.
I mean, even though Chat GPT is the one that's saying it now they lying. Now they don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, only the cult followers know what they talking about. Do you know, Coleman, that you are following a cult leader? Do you know? Did you drink? You still drinking that Kool-Aid? You still drinking that Kool-Aid? We don't like the Kool-Aid over here. So just be quiet and shut up. And learn something and get out the cult. Get out alive. That's what you do. And don't become a Charlie Kirk.
Response was one of the lowest points in modern leadership. He downplayed the virus.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
And turned a global crisis
you like whatever
into a
he
political
like.
weapon.
And all he do is like sugar. So I said shut up. Didn't you hear me say shut up? All he like is sugar. Look at his fat ass. Didn't you see the ass on that donkey? I don't know what none of that is. So this is your last time. Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. They still climbing that wall. Now you tell your mama to pick up a book and stop. Yeah, and don't make a mistake of having you like she did before. There is a SNIPER on the AunTeaFee roof. Yeah, and she's shooting y'all down one by one. There is a SNIPER on the tea house roof.
Thousands died unnecessarily while he focused on TV ratings. It was reckless and selfish, the opposite of leadership.
Why he worrying about TV ratings?
Bailouts. His COVID response was one of the lowest points in modern leadership. He downplayed the virus, mocked health officials, and turned a global crisis into a political weapon. Thousands died unnecessarily while he focused on TV ratings. It was reckless and selfish, the opposite of leadership. In his second term, he's doubled down on authoritarian instincts. He's flooded the government with loyalists, pushed sweeping tariffs that economists
That's not what
say will raise prices,
Chat
and kept
GPT
claiming
say.
that prices are going down when most Americans see the opposite. He pushed sweeping immigration crackdowns and ordered mass ICE raids that have torn families apart and sparked nationwide protests. He's continued attacking the press, political opponents, and even federal agencies, making governance look like a personal vendetta.
Oh, now giggle wiggle. It ain't no rumor. His mama said he the worst. He's the worst piece of shit that came out of her, allegedly. That's why he's still shitting on himself now.
He didn't just divide Americans, he made them hate each other. His leadership runs on outrage, not ideas.
Right.
Across both
He don't have no
Trump has
ideas.
left behind more anger, mistrust.
Only ideas he have is deceitful ones. Only ideas he have is how to traffic kids. Only idea he has is to get criminals out of prison. Only ideas he have is lies. And his cult followers will believe him. That's it. He don't have no ideas. That's why he piss poor at what he do.
He pushed sweeping immigration crackdowns and ordered mass ICE raids that...
I said what I said. And you don't like it, leave. You hateful and you have a heart condition if you in love with Trump. Period. And don't get sick. Don't get sick while you all up in his funky ass. Don't breathe in the fumes of that ass now, cause you get sick, you will not be able to afford it. Yeah, that's what he want. He wants you to become unalive. Yeah, he wants to, what is it called? Depopulate your ass too, while you up in his ass.
have torn families apart and sparked nationwide protests. He's continued attacking the press, political opponents, and even federal agencies, making governance look like a personal vendetta. He didn't just divide Americans, he made them hate each other. His leadership runs on outrage, not ideas. Across both terms, Trump has left behind more anger, mistrust, and instability than any president before him.
Okay.
You can argue about policy differences among others, but Trump's legacy is
Yeah, Looney Bin is for any and everybody. I agree with you. It's for any and everybody who is a lover and follower of this man right here, who only cares about Epstein and his name being in them files. If you think that important to him, you are sadly mistaken, and I'm gonna tell you again to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Ask Charlie Kirk. Yeah, go get a medium to get you to connect with Charlie Kirk, so Charlie Kirk can tell you he don't care about you either. Yeah, all y'all dumbasses need to go get in contact with a medium, and then you need to have a seance to get Charlie Kirk to tell y'all that y'all need to leave. Oh yeah, that's a part of the plan. I'm telling y'all, it's about a new world order.
chaos,
Hey,
dishonesty,
Janet.
and a weakened democracy. The damage he caused across both terms goes beyond politics. It cut into the nation's soul. That's why, out of all modern presidents, he's clearly the worst.
Clearly. Ask him. Ask Pence.
And there you have it. But you know what? I can already see some people saying they rank both Democrats higher than Republicans, which of course makes this AI liberal or whatever. I think it's only fair to actually ask the question and see what it has to say.
I agree. I mean, it touched on points, good and bad, for all of them. Every last one of them. It gave good, bad, and indifferent. So we're going to take it and run with it. And hiding our money. Lord, what is this about? Hiding our money. I already said that. Yeah, now they talking about stuff I already talked about. I've been telling y'all this was, he done used our money. Hold on. I ain't gonna be on here long. I gotta go eat.
Number 4 in this series. Congratulations. Joining us now, Chief Washington Correspondent at ABC News, there's the side of my head, and co-anchor of This Week on ABC, Jonathan Karl. His new book is called Retribution, Donald Trump and the Campaign That Changed America. This is book number 4 in this series. Congratulations. Thank you. How are you?
The 2017 versus the 2025, how Trump presidency has drastically shifted. Oh yeah, I gotta eat.
You've been living pretty deeply within this.
Yeah, I mean, I was with you
It's
when this
not
started.
about color, skin. Absolutely.
2015, 2016.
Everyone is brothers, sisters, not color.
I got myself out to New York.
Absolutely.
You plotted an exodus. It's in some ways it's been a blur. I just realized, I think as you did in those days, is I wanted to document what was happening for history, and that got more urgent as I saw people trying to rewrite.
Y'all please hit the like button, double tap the face of your screen.
And I hate to say evolution because Donald Trump is very much who he is and is the way he's always been. But now
hey,
he's
Brian.
Free to be himself more than he was in 2016, that first administration.
Don't come over here asking me no questions. Put it on a super chat or super sticker.
So when we're talking about political retribution, I wonder what he really wants.
I got him up out of here.
Subpoenas for all these perceived political enemies. They include, former CIA director John Brennan. They include Chris Krebs. Anybody who he feels didn't do him right, said mean things about him, or contradicted him.
I told the truth.
Does he want to see them investigated, or does he want to see them charged and put in jail?
I think he wants to go all the way. I mean, I think that he wants to turn their lives upside down. And
hey, Jermaine.
There are layers of enemies here. I mean, they are the people who literally investigated him. There are the people who prosecuted him. There are the people that were his political enemies. But I think that really high on the list are fellow Republicans.
Look at the
who
list,
feels,
and it keeps
did
growing
not
and
stand.
growing. Anybody who see him for who he really is, he have a problem with him. I hope you wear him out, Jack Smith. I hope you wear his ass out. Dang shame. They found out I was a wolf in sheep clothing. They trying to expose me for who I really am. Yeah. His mama warned us.
Betrayed him. I think those are at the top of his list. I think that's why, James Comey was a top target. Why he's clearly very interested in what's happening to John Bolton. Steve Bannon the other day suggested that Bill Barr should go to prison. I mean, I don't think there's really any limit.
What did Bill Barr do?
Well, Bill Barr, according to Steve Bannon, not only failed to investigate what happened.
Why Acosta not on there?
But in the allegation is he didn't tell the truth. He actually
said it was nonsense.
Bill Barr very definitively came out and said there was no substantial election fraud, and that is at the core of what Bannon thinks he should be investigated.
So is Steve Bannon still in the president's ear? Is that who he's listening to on this? Is it Laura Loomer? Is it somebody inside the White House?
Trump is listening to Trump. At any one moment, any of those people can channel where Trump is and to get him, to act more aggressively. I did detail a situation with Bannon where Bannon was on the phone with Trump and his entire national security team in the days before he met with Zelensky in the Oval Office in February with that, great confrontation. And Bannon was pushing him in that direction, but it was Trump that got Bannon on the phone because he knew what Bannon was going to say. So I don't think you can say that Trump is being steered on.
Bannon, I touched bases on that the other day.
That he is driving.
He learned a lesson from the cabinet that he picked the first time around, and the cabinet that he picked this time around is much different. There are people who don't disagree with him, generally speaking. Are these folks that are true believers, or are they the kind of people that know not to cross him and so know what to say?
It's a mix of both, and the contrast is so dramatic. I mean, when he came in the first time, he felt that he needed expertise, and he wanted the credentials, almost like trophies on the wall in his cabinet. You have 2 4-star Marine generals, you have the CEO of ExxonMobil,
Disney
you
Plus,
have a former senator and federal judge as the attorney general. He had people that really brought, credentials and power. And this time around, that stuff's irrelevant because, by the way, the people that were most well-credentialed and had the biggest reputations in that first term are the people that he's most angry at. I mean, that's John Kelly, it's Mattis, it's Tillerson, it's Jeff Sessions, it's Bill Barr. He doesn't want those people anymore. Now, what matters, the key to success in Trump land is being supremely loyal to Donald Trump.
He watches a lot of television, so he's getting some sense of what might be happening in the world, but he obviously watches select television. I wonder how rooted in reality he is right now concerning how he's doing politically. And I want to play something that he said to Laura Ingraham on Fox News about the economy, and then ask you a question on the other side.
More than anything else, it's a con job by the Democrats. They're saying, they just have to say, they put out something, say today costs are up. They feed it to the anchors of ABC, CBS, and NBC, and a lot of other, and CNN, and et cetera.
Why are people saying they're anxious about the economy? Why are they saying that?
I don't know that they are saying. I think polls are fake. We have the greatest economy we've ever had.
So it's kind of Biden-esque in the sense that, remember the people were not feeling good about the economy, but Biden said, what are you talking about? Things are great.
Who are you going to believe, your own situation or what the statistics tell you?
Yeah, but the statistics aren't even on his side at this point. So is he living in reality?
No.
He actually gets a lot of external inputs. First of all, he does watch a hell of a lot of television.
Yeah.
Television
is it just Fox?
I mean, no. Maybe he's watching now. He watches MSNBC, absolutely. He watches CNN. He watches mostly Fox.
Hi, Vincent.
He gets lots of inputs, and he's on the phone
and Grayson.
constantly. and he's on the phone sometimes to fellow reporters, sometimes to corporate CEOs, people that are telling him, and he asks questions when you call him. He asks questions, so he gets the inputs. So I don't think that he's divorced, that he's walled off the reality. I think that he believes that he can create a reality with his own words. He's always believed that.
He can dictate it.
He's always believed that, even in his days as a developer. I mean, Trump Tower was the biggest, greatest building in all of, Midtown Manhattan. I mean, it wasn't actually the biggest, but he talked about it as if it was, and it was a great building. But, he creates the reality.
On the shutdown, he seemed to understand that the Republicans were losing the shutdown after seeing what happened in the elections last Tuesday. It's hard to predict this, but I was wondering if the Democrats...
I'm glad he got that catheter on so we don't have to see him shitting on himself. That's what I'm glad for, Grayson. Yeah, I was tired of seeing all that green shit on the back of his pants.
Whether he would say, we got to do something on this and force the Republicans to negotiate.
Now, you're not going to lie now. You're not going to lie.
There were moments where it seemed like that, but then the pain of the shutdown didn't seem to be something.
You may like that green shit.
On
butt
those
plugs.
Extensions, whether he would say, we got to do something on this and force the Republicans to negotiate with Democrats. Is that...
Yeah, see, the problem is even Republicans are not saying what you're saying. See, even the Republicans are not saying what you're saying. Even the Republicans that have sense, that's just not going along with a program just to be online to have a debate going back and forth because you're a troll. I bet you if I look you up, I bet you anything you are a troll. So like I say, you just want to be a troll. It don't make sense because even the Republicans know that what you are saying is not truthful. You're just trolling. But I'm finna see though. I'm finna see. I'm finna see if you are a troll. Like I said, you are a troll. And you are just wanting to debate just to have something to say because you're bored. Because what you're saying makes no sense. You are a troll, like I said. Now go play with yourself. Okay. Okay. Let me help you. Bye-bye. Y'all say bye-bye to the troll, Grayson. So is your mama, Grayson. She is for having you. And you slow. You slow. You slow. Bye-bye. Y'all say bye to Grayson. He's a ass eater. Bye-bye. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't want to play with y'all no more. I'm ready to go. So, let me end the playground. Let me end the playground. I don't want to play no more. Let me put an end to the playground. Your privileges have been revoked. Okay. I don't want to play no more. Now, back to where we were. Like I said. Hold on. Let's go.
The elections last Tuesday. It's hard to predict this, but I was wondering if the Democrats held out, if Donald Trump might have folded on the ACA subsidies, if it might have gotten loud enough for him among constituents who are angry, voters who are angry, or MTG or somebody, on those extensions, whether he would say, we got to do something on this and force the Republicans to negotiate with Democrats. Is that...
There were moments
I don't want to play no more.
Where it seemed like that, but then the pain of the shutdown didn't seem to be something that he was acknowledging at all. I mean, the extreme lengths that they went to
He don't want to. He didn't care nothing about the
SNAP
shutdown.
benefits for people.
I know, telling states they can't fund them.
I mean, really going beyond. So I think that the calculation, not
And
just on
telling
the 8
states not to
Democrats,
fund
lengths
them.
that they went to fight the effort to provide SNAP benefits for people.
I know, telling states they can't fund them.
I mean, really going beyond. So I think that the calculation, not just on the 8 Democrats that voted to end the shutdown, but among those that were actually happy that they did privately, was that no amount of pain was going to make a difference.
Well, he said he wanted to inflict pain on Democrats. Does he believe, does the White House believe, that the people who are using these benefits, even if they are situated in deep red states, and we can show you the maps that show that most of these people are in deep red states, either for the extent...
Say that again? That majority of the people are where? The majority of the people that he thought that he was hindering, he thought was blue, they were where? Say it again, say it loud, say it proud.
That the people who are using these benefits, even if they are situated in deep red states, and we can show you the maps that show that most of these people are in deep red states, either for the extension on the subsidies or for the SNAP benefits. Does he believe that those are Democrats in those red states?
He has suggested that. I think
show you the maps that show that most of these people are in deep red states, either for the extension on the subsidies or for the SNAP benefits. Does he believe that those are Democrats in those red states?
He has suggested that. I think that they know that that's not all that's there. But what they were totally confident in was that, despite what the polls were showing, was that it was Democrats. It was their fault that the government shut down. It was Democrats that didn't vote.
This lies. He believed lies on purpose, and he know the truth.
Blamed ultimately on Democrats. The polls actually showed, people look and they see Republicans are in charge, and more people were blaming Republicans, but it was pretty even.
Hi, Keisha.
But they were confident that ultimately...
Okay, bye-bye. I'm going to go eat.
And I think that Trump's comments about Republicans paying the price was really aimed at Republicans who refused to go along with doing away with the filibuster.
Yeah, not him. Those Republicans.
Yeah.
You've written 4 books now, as we said at the top. And I wrote a book on the campaign, and in the first few pages, thank you, I mused whether I could envision Donald Trump ever leaving the White House, ever willingly going.
No.
And then we saw that kind of come to life in 2020, although he did eventually leave. He's got Trump hats that say 2028. He's building a ballroom that's not going to be done to the end of his term. What do you think is going to happen in 2028?
I asked John Kelly a question shortly after he left as chief of staff. So Trump's still in office, first term. What happens if he doesn't leave? And Kelly just matter-of-factly said, oh, no, he'll leave. And if he doesn't, he could chain himself to the Resolute desk, and there will be people that come in and cut the chains. We're in a different place now.
Oh, wow.
I don't think he's going to try to run again for a third time. I think he knows as well as everybody.
Wait, he gonna have to do what?
Does the White House believe that the people who are using these benefits, even if they are...
He gonna have to do what?
Pretty even, but they were confident that ultimately it was Democrats that were going to pay the political.
Thank you. I mused whether I could envision Donald Trump ever leaving the White House, ever willingly going.
Yeah.
And then we saw that kind of come to life in 2020, although he did eventually leave. He's got Trump hats that say 2028. He's building a ballroom that's not going to be done till the end of this term. What do you think is going to happen in 2028?
I asked John Kelly a question shortly after he left as chief of staff. So Trump's still in office, first term. What happens if he doesn't leave? And Kelly just matter-of-factly said, oh, no, he'll leave. And if he doesn't, he could chain himself to the Resolute desk, and there will be people that come in and cut the chains. We're in a different place now.
Wow.
I don't think he's going to try to run again for a third time. I think he knows as well as everybody else that the 22nd Amendment to the Constitution makes that impossible. But it is hard to imagine him voluntarily leaving the spotlight, leaving all that he has, and handing the baton to somebody else, maybe even especially a fellow Republican. So I don't know how it happens. But he's not planning a third campaign right now.
So from book
or a fourth campaign, I guess it would be.
From book 1 to book 4 to Retribution, what is the one lesson that you have taken away from covering and following Donald Trump?
It's the evolution that he has come to a place where he is changing America in a way that he never did in the first term, And the impact of Donald Trump didn't really last.
He gonna have to.
It was rather ephemeral. This time, he is changing the country in profound ways that will long live. That will live long after he is gone.
It's in our bloodstream now.
Yeah, he's trying to create a legacy of dictatorship. Okay, last one. Let me see what this is. It just popped up not minutes ago. I be late every day. I'm coming back at around 9:30. 9, I think I have. This just popped up. Let me see what it say.
Dish, I didn't get mad. I got friendly.
When Democrats, a judge ruled late last night that the new map put forward by Utah Republicans. In a major unexpected win for Democrats, a judge ruled late last night that the new map put forward by Utah Republicans was struck down, and the judge instead imposed a new map that includes one district that Democrats are guaranteed to win, which you can see here in Salt Lake City. The Republicans' initial effort would have cracked Salt Lake City among 4
districts. A lot
is
going on in Utah, ain't it?
Cracked Salt Lake City among 4 districts, resulting in 4 red districts that were no worse than R plus 19 among the here in Salt Lake City. The Republicans' initial effort would have cracked Salt Lake City among 4 districts, resulting in 4 red districts that were no worse than R plus 19 among the 4 of them. That means 19 points more Republican than the rest of the nation. But the new map includes a district that Harris won by 24 points in 2024. So this ruling means that Democrats will net another unlikely seat in the 2026 election. The decision is the latest in a tumultuous back and forth on redistricting. The Republicans have redrawn maps in Texas, Missouri, Ohio, and North Carolina, netting them a total of 6 to 9 seats. Democrats have responded by redrawing the map in California, and along with this Utah ruling, they'll net 4 to 6 seats, which leaves Virginia, Maryland, and Illinois. I spoke with both sitting governors of Illinois and Maryland. Here's what they had to say on the issues of redistricting. Wes Moore from Maryland.
At a time when we were watching Donald Trump commence this assault, and not just this assault on our state, but honestly this assault on our democracy. You know, I have said, and I will continue to say, that Maryland will not just sit on its hands while Donald Trump continues to pick and choose which states have fair maps and which states don't, when we know he's just trying to rig the rules because he knows it's the only way for him to win an election.
Right.
And so I have ordered the creation of a governor's redistricting advisory committee here in the state of Maryland, where I have assembled a group of bipartisan leaders, which is going to be chaired by Senator Angela Alsobrooks, who is going to spend time listening to Marylanders and going all around and hearing where Marylanders are on this issue, but with a very firm understanding that come next November in Maryland, we will have fair maps. And as all these states are going through their process of deciding whether or not they have fair maps or not, I'm here to say that so will Maryland.
And here's J.B. Pritzker from Illinois.
I think where we are is that all the states that have the ability to make a change are going to have to contemplate what that's going to look like, even Illinois. And we've got 14 of our 17 members of Congress are Democrats, 3 Republicans. People think it can't be done in Illinois, that we couldn't get any more Republican seats. That's not accurate.
And of course, as far as Virginia is concerned, the state legislature has already begun the process of redrawing their maps by passing one of what will ultimately need to be 2 bills to amend the state constitution. But that process is already underway. Once Virginia, Maryland, and Illinois redraw their maps, that would mean another 5 to 7 seats on the table for Democrats. Meanwhile, Republicans may see new maps from Nebraska, Indiana, and Florida, netting them another 4 to 6 seats. But when all is said and done, we're looking at what may roughly be a wash in the 2026 cycle as far as maps are concerned. But I want to be clear, that doesn't happen by accident. That happens when Democrats actually fight back. Remember, Trump told Texas to redraw their maps because he thought the Democrats would just lay down.
Yep, he started this.
California Dems.
Let's be clear. He started the redrawing the maps in Texas to try to beat the system. Now he opened the door for everybody else to redraw the maps. Now the Democrats are playing his game. And he can't say nobody cheating because they just following his orders, right? Yeah, let's go.
Because he thought the Democrats would just lay down. Newsom and California Dems didn't. Even though there were a million reasons not to do it, they opted to lean in and fight fire with fire, as Newsom explained here.
There's literally no more evidence than you need, than the evidence that has been submitted in the first 6.5, 7 months of the Trump administration. And you think this is going to get better? You think if we just say, well, Mr. Trump, it's fine, we know it's a race to the bottom. You may call upon those other states. Can you just do 5 and California will stand down?
Yeah.
God damn it, enough. Yeah. Democrats, stop being weak. Step up. These guys have been dominating the narrative. They have been defining the terms of the debate. It's time to get on our off our heels, onto our front toes. It's time to do just that. Dominate the narrative, flood the zone, and surround sound. It's time for us to all band together.
That's
right. It's about the United States of America. He doesn't believe in that. He believes in the red states. He's going after. He's a war. He's a wartime president. He's the head of a war party. War on women. War on voting rights. War on Hispanics.
War on kids.
War on this state. War on institutions I want. War on history. I mean, this is serious. This guy's trying to get a Nobel Peace Prize. That's what he's going to try to say tomorrow in Alaska, that he's the big guy trying to find peace, really? When he's bringing war to the American people? He put military in the streets, not of Baghdad. He didn't send the military in his first administration anywhere in the world. He sent the
it's not
United
about
States
both sides.
Marines
You're not.
into the United
Anytime
States.
you say it's both sides, you're lying. You're being deceitful and you're not honest. And you're really not welcome here. So tread lightly. Because I don't do well with liars. There's nothing that the other side has done. What he is implementing affects everybody. Yeah, everybody on the board. So you are a lie and the truth ain't in you. And I will not accept it. Go over there where y'all can lie to one another and sing kumbaya and hold hands and kiss each other's ass and drink the Kool-Aid. Don't come over here where we stand on truth. Okay? You've been warned. That's it. You don't get another warning. If you don't have nothing to say, just be quiet, shut up, and chill. Because I'm going to get your ass up out of here. Let's go.
America, in one of the bluest cities in this country.
I knew you was going to take the bait. I knew you was. Woo, baby, I know what to say to make y'all take the bait. Y'all say bye to Dum Dum. He took the bait. Tennessee, transparency, took the bait. Got that ass right on up out of here because you're dumb and slow. You've been drinking that Kool-Aid too long. You've been drinking the Kool-Aid too long. I knew your ass was going to take that bait. Bye-bye.
He is a wartime president.
2.5 miles. It's not very long. Only slightly
Ain't shit
longer
you
than
can say that's going to make me
the sad
believe
reality is
that he is against both sides, your dumb ass. You don't have enough zeros behind your name. You understand? You don't have enough zeros behind your name. And where is this at? Where they talking about what oh boy about to get by way of Trump. Yeah. And you know he gonna get a commission on the back end. Elon Musk, trillions of dollars. Dumbass Tennessee. You don't have enough zeros. He ain't for you. Yeah, your light can't come on because your ass just can't see. You just slow. You've been drinking the Kool-Aid too long. Yeah. Elon Musk is got a $1 trillion deal because of Trump. So you know he got to break him off a little something. Yeah, under the table. So he don't have to pay taxes. You slow. You slow.
The Supreme Court heard a case arguing for the dissolution of Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which mandates opportunity districts or black or brown majority districts in a raft of states around the country. And the reality is that they will likely gut it, which means that Republicans will have the opportunity to erase yet another roughly 20 seats. So I just want to be clear here. This is what we're up against. The Republicans, of which I include the 6 justices on the U.S. Supreme Court, will go to any lengths possible to entrench their own power, which underscores the fact that democratic reciprocation is not only necessary, it is existential, which I explained to Newsom here. the main point here is
Get your
if you stand
ass
for any
up out of
democratic
here.
ideal, all of it relies on having a functioning democracy. So if you're a governor or a state legislator in another state and you claim to want to combat climate change or expand healthcare or protect women's reproductive rights or make unions stronger or whatever it is, protect kids in schools from guns, whatever it may be, all of that relies on being able to survive in a functional democracy, to have the opportunity to be elected in the first place. And so if the House is rigged, if they're able to scientifically engineer maps so that Democrats are precluded from ever having the opportunity to win, none of it matters. And so we can defend, we can claim that we want to stand for something. We can, beat our chests about, standing up for our values. But if we can't do it, if there's no practical way, if there's no method to actually be in power, then none of that matters. And so this is the whole ballgame right here.
God bless you. We're about to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our founding fathers. Co-equal branches of government, popular sovereignty, rule of law. You're spot on. Everything you just said is spot on. This is it.
So as far as Utah's concerned, look, I will take the good news any day of the week. And I'm
Okay,
grateful-
before I go, y'all. Before I go, hold on. I just see this. It just came up as well. A lot must be popping off. I've been laughing and giggling. Who number one? Who number two? That's not it. That's the repeat.
We're
Hold on.
Maurice's, and we're here to give you
Talking about hiding our
style
money.
feeling.
I've been, oh shit.
But Donald Trump woke up from his, it took him 2 weeks, but Donald Trump woke up from his stupor, realized he's going to probably lose at the United States Supreme Court about the thing that holds up and props up his inhumane administration, tariffs, despite what all of the people around him, all of the enablers trying to tell him that he's going to win. He now knows he's going to lose, and he woke up at 12:37 a.m. in the morning, and he posted on Truth Social his own personal truth, and threw his Solicitor General, John Sauer, who was his criminal defense appellate lawyer, under the bus. He says the Supreme Court was given the wrong appellate lawyer under the bus. He said Solicitor General John Sauer, who was his criminal news, and he woke up at 12:37 a.m. in the morning, and he posted on Truth Social.
Oh, I love it when them lips get tight, because he ain't got no lips no how. Ooh, wee, what them lips tight for? Donika? Huh? Baby, because your temper tantrums be acting like you a little girl. Yeah, why your lips tight? You know good and dang well you ain't got no lips. What your lips tight for? Yeah, you better watch what you say for I pop you in your mouth. What your lips tight for? Fix your mouth. Fix your mouth.
His own personal truth, and threw his Solicitor General, John Sauer, who was his criminal defense appellate lawyer, under the bus. He says the Supreme Court was given the wrong numbers, and we're going to lose, apparently.
They was given the wrong numbers. They was given the wrong numbers. So your lips tight because you fix your mouth. Fix your mouth. Fix it. Fix it now. Before I make your ass go stand in the corner for, yeah, everything you do gonna crumble. Until you do right by us, everything you do will crumble. Let's go. Yeah, you gave him the right numbers.
The morning, and he posted on Truth Social his own personal truth, and threw his Solicitor General, John Sauer, who was his criminal defense appellate lawyer, under the bus. He says the Supreme Court was given the wrong numbers, and we're going to lose, apparently, as a result of it. I'm Michael Popok. Nice to see Donald Trump is joining planet Earth to realize what every other legal commentator, including myself, told him 2 weeks ago, is that the hearing went terribly, with Trump-appointed judges and others, and justices and others, all attacking the plan as a illegal, unconstitutional power grab of the power reserved to Congress to do tariffs and taxes. Here, let me read to you from the 12:37 a.m. rant. I'll try to unpack it for you. The U.S. Supreme Court was given the wrong numbers. By who? By his own Department of Justice Solicitor General John Sauer, apparently, in his briefs, in his oral argument. The unwind in the event of a negative decision on tariffs, that goes to a question asked by Amy Coney Barrett, which spells trouble for the Trump administration. I'm going to play that. I brought the receipt on that in a minute. The negative decision on tariffs would result in an unwind of more in excess of $3 trillion. It would not be possible to ever make up for that kind of drubbing. Again, he admits in his social media post the thing that kills his legal argument, that this is revenue generating. Was he not listening to John Roberts and
he don't listen to nobody but his own
Amy Coney
self.
Barrett?
What he did.
If the use of the International Economic Emergency Powers Act to set tariffs on 200 countries, which is a congressional power, is revenue generating, and that's the purpose of it. And he keeps bragging about the trillions of dollars that he's obtained through it for the American people, for a dividend, for a this, for a that, that it's a tax. And if it's a tax, it's only in the power of Congress, can't be given to the president. That's the point. But he keeps bragging about the money, thinking that's helping him.
After raising 3 kids and 8 grandchildren, I've never seen a toy create this much genuine happiness. I've been a grandmother for 15 years, and this is the smartest purchase I've ever made. Last month, I got my granddaughter Emma this smart robotic puppy called Wuffy. I still can't believe what this tiny guy can do. This isn't just some stuffed animal. Wuffy has smart technology inside that recognizes...
He says that would truly be insurmountable. A national security event, possibly non-sustainable. You know what's non-sustainable? His presidency. But here you see he's woken up and figured out he's going to likely lose. Who can I blame? Let me look around. Oh, good. John Sauer, my lawyers. Once again, throwing his lawyers under the bus. I'm smiling because I know he's going to lose. I'm reasonably confident that they don't have the 5 votes to say that a president of the United States under Article 2 powers or under this delegation statute can do taxing by way of revenue, by way of tariffs for revenue. I knew that. I'm glad you're here on Midas Touch on Legal AF. Let's unpack and dissect all of this. Now, during the oral argument, I caught and I talked about in prior hot takes a bonehead move by the Solicitor General, John Sauer. So I sort of agree with Donald Trump that they were giving them the wrong numbers. John Sauer, in his briefing, and in Donald Trump in public statements, which are referred to in the briefing to the Supreme Court, said the economy was dead and now it's alive. And Donald Trump raised trillions of dollars all through the tariffs. Right. But if tariffs are revenue, then revenue are taxes and you lose.
Dumbass.
That's what the Supreme Court justices were trying to tell Sauer during oral argument. And Donald Trump thinks if they had the right numbers about the unwind, about the dollar amount, that would help him. It actually kills his legal position. Now, let me play you what I think Donald Trump is referring to, which is Amy Coney Barrett saying, suppose you win, to the lawyers advocating against the tariffs. How would we unwind this? Would it be a total mess? Let me play that clip.
And then if you win, tell me how the reimbursement process would work. Would it be a complete mess? I mean, you're saying before the government promised reimbursement, and now you're saying, oh, well, that's rich. But how would this work? It seems to me like it could be a mess.
So the first thing I'd say is that just underscores just how major a question this is. The very fact that you were dealing with this with quotas, there's no refund process up to the tunes of billions of dollars or embargoes, but there is here. But for our case, the way it would work is, in this case, the government stipulated for the 5 plaintiffs that they would get the refunds. So for us, that's how it would work. Your question, I take it, is about everyone else. We don't have a class action or anything like that. With respect to everyone else, there's a whole specialized body of trade law, and it's in 19 U.S.C. 1514 outlines all these administrative procedures. It's a very complicated thing. There's got to be an administrative protest. There was a harbor management case earlier that this court was involved with in the United States Shoe, in which the refund process took a long time. There were any number of claims and equitable relief.
So a mess.
So it's difficult,
A big mess.
absolutely. We don't deny that it's difficult,
An
but I think what this
unnecessary
court
mess.
has said in the McKesson case in 1990 is that serious economic dislocation isn't a reason to do something. Northern Pipeline, you guys stayed your decision for a while in order to let the congressional process unfold. There may be a congressional process
In a
here
war
as well.
on U.S. soil.
You may be able to also be that this court could limit its decision to prospective relief under the John Q. Hammonds case. So there's lots of possibilities.
So that got Donald Trump concerned. Amy Coney Barrett's not with him. And Amy Coney Barrett is not
Holy
with him.
Ghost coming
She's
out.
likely to side with the moderate
The Holy Ghost.
against tariffs. Tariffs as a power of the president, I guess is the better way to put it. But even John Roberts, the Chief Justice, hammered John Sauer, the Solicitor General, who's now firmly implanted under the bus by Donald Trump, during an exchange about, if it's revenue generating, isn't it a tax?
Danita.
And how can the president impose a tax on people without going through two houses of Congress? Let's play that clip.
But I mean, and
He
I
went
think
about
this
it
is
wrong.
a question for the other side as well. It's two-facing. Yes, of course, tariffs and dealings with foreign powers, but the vehicle is the imposition of taxes on Americans, and that has always been the core power of Congress. So to have the president's foreign affairs power trump that basic power for Congress seems to me to kind of at least neutralize between the two powers, the executive power and the legislative power.
Let me say two things in response to that. First, the notion that the taxes are all borne by Americans and are not borne by foreign producers whose goods are imported is empirically, there's no basis for that in the record. It's actually a mix.
Well, who pays the tariffs? If a tariff is imposed on automobiles, who pays them?
Typically there'd be regardless of who the importer of record is, there'd be a contract that would go along the sort of line of transfer that would allocate the tariff, and there'd be different. Sometimes the foreign producer would pay them. Sometimes the importer would bear the cost. The importer could be an American, could be a foreign company. A lot of times
on the purchase of an automobile? Who pays it? Period. Stop. You done drove all the way past the court. You way down the street. Who pays it? Period. Who pays it? Stop driving and just answer.
The importer would bear the cost. The importer could be an American, could be a foreign company. A lot of times it's a wholly owned American subsidiary of a foreign corporation. So it gets allocated. The empirical estimates range from like 30% to 80% of like how much is borne by Americans.
It's been suggested that the tariffs are responsible for significant reduction in our deficit. I would say that's raising revenue domestically.
There certainly is an incidental and collateral effect of the tariffs that they do raise revenue, but it's very important that they are regulatory tariffs, not revenue-raising tariffs. And the way you can see this, I think, if you look at this policy is by far the most effective if nobody ever pays the tariffs.
Now, of course it is. Donald Trump has been public about raising money through tariffs as revenue. He even had a speech around his inauguration in which he said that he wanted to form an external revenue service to replace the internal revenue service to tax effectively our foreign adversaries and allies and use that money instead of taxing Americans through income tax. But everybody recognizes that a tax on goods is a tax. A revenue tariff on goods is a tax on the American consumer because it gets passed through to them. Everyone but Donald Trump. Here's a speech about the External Revenue Service.
Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
He's so full of shit.
For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources.
How can the IRS collect from foreign sources? How can the IRS regulate and collect from foreign sources. Is that what he just said?
To collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving.
How can they enforce that? The IRS in the U.S. don't have no jurisdiction in foreign countries. So now he playing in our face again. Oh, wow. And then you have the nerve to try to close down the government. And you are now, oh, wow. Oh,
duties
slow.
And revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury.
So that right there let him know, let me know that he knows that is tax. That it comes from us, the people. So now you really are trying to say that they're going to impose these tariff taxes. But if we don't shop and we don't utilize them, what is it to collect? How would they know what was purchased? I mean, boy, I was going to say, all somebody got to do is do what you do all the time. Yeah, dumbass.
Like never before.
Now, Donald Trump knows he's going to lose. There's no other way to put this 12:37 a.m. rant that starts off with, I love the passive voice, the United States Supreme Court was given the wrong numbers. By who? How about John Sauer, your Solicitor General, gave the Supreme Court the wrong numbers. He really means the wrong argument. Now, I knew they weren't telling the old man the truth around him, because I saw the clips of people in his administration, like the Commerce Secretary, take to the airwaves and say, mark my words, that Supreme Court hearing was like the Super Bowl. He's going to win. Howard Lutnick said it.
Yep, natural knowledge, he real mad.
This is the Super Bowl. This was a Super Bowl of trade, right? Trade, and this was it. The only thing missing was walk-on and walk-off music and a halftime show. I mean, this was it. And there were fireworks all the time. But think of some of these questions, like Justice Kavanaugh says, imagine a meeting in the Oval Office with the president where, and this was his cross-examination of their lawyer, and he says, you've said he could embargo, he could cut off trade with any country. And their lawyer said, I agree. He goes, imagine telling the president in the Oval Office, sir, you can blow up trade with this country. And he goes, that seems too much. Can I put a tariff on him and do a little less? And they say, no, sir, you can't. And Justice Kavanaugh says, that seems like a very odd donut to me. I mean, how could you let that happen? It just didn't make sense. The justices were on the president's side. You're hearing it here from me. President Trump is going to win this case.
But of course, he wasn't the only one. You got Carolyn, who's the...
If you have Snap or Medicaid,
her dumb ass.
You may qualify for a free iPhone or Samsung.
I mean, get out the Kool-Aid and the yellow bus.
Here's her clip.
I'll tell you, the White House is always preparing for Plan B. It would be imprudent of the president's advisors not to prepare for such a situation. With that said, we are 100% confident in the president and his team's legal argument and the merits of the law in this case. And we remain optimistic that the Supreme Court is going to do the right thing. The importance of this case cannot be overstated. The president must have the emergency authority to utilize tariffs. Look at what President Trump has been able to do with the leverage and the power of tariffs. He's been able to sign peace deals all over the world and end global conflicts and literally save lives. He's been able to bring in trillions of dollars of investments into our country. In fact, this year alone, we are going to cut the deficit by $600 billion, namely because of the president's
you better stop, because he ain't gonna be around to
and
pardon
the president
you.
strongly believes that economic security is a matter of national security, and tariffs have a lot to do with that. And this case is not just about President Trump. It's about the use of this emergency authorization for tariffs for future presidents and administrations to come. And we're confident and hopeful that the Supreme Court will do the right thing.
But the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, put the final nail in the coffin on Sunday, which I think led to Donald Trump now waking up on Tuesday morning and posting, all the people around me are incompetent. Here's Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, getting played by George Stephanopoulos about walking into the trap, painting himself into the corner. Once he says that tariffs are revenue, he's dead legally from a legal argument standpoint. Watch the exchange.
The president's also posting about tariffs this morning. He's saying people that are against tariffs are fools. We're taking in trillions of dollars. Is that true?
We have taken, over the course of the next few years,
Dumbass.
we could take in trillions of dollars, George. But the real goal of the tariffs is to rebalance trade and make it more fair.
So is anybody shocked that Donald Trump is now blaming his Department of Justice? Whenever he's caught in a trap of his own making, right? Whenever he, doesn't shoot himself in the foot, he shoots himself in the head, no pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
He blames the lawyers around him. It's Pam Bondi did it. It's Todd Blanche screwed it up. And now it's John Sauer, his Solicitor General. May I remind you that John Sauer, for all of his faults, and there are a number of them, and to all my inability to listen to him argue because of the rapidity and velocity at which he packs in words and his gravelly voice, it sounds like a combination of broken pavement and that he gargled with bourbon. Putting all that aside for a minute, he was Donald Trump's criminal appellate lawyer that won the immunity decision. He was his criminal defense lawyer, appellate lawyer, that won the Colorado insurrectionist decision that kept Donald Trump on the ballot. So, but Donald Trump flailing around looking for somebody to blame. Who? John Sauer. For me, the takeaway is he knows he's going to lose. And if he loses, here's what's going to happen. The Supreme Court's going to say,
cry.
I believe, under whether you call it the major powers doctrine, the major questions doctrine, the non-delegation doctrine, strict interpretation, originalism, whatever you want to call it, they're going to find that the water's edge, the limit of Article 2 presidential power, even stretched out far under foreign affairs, doesn't reach as far into the grab bag of powers of Congress to grab their fundamental core function, power under the Constitution of tariffs and taxing. And that the IEPA, the statute, which delegated a certain level of economic response by policymaking by the president, doesn't go as far as to give him the power to set tariffs worldwide. Then once they do that, once they throw them out, they'll leave it to the government to figure out how to pay the money back. It goes back to the importers in America who paid it, who passed it along to the consumers. It's relatively simple. You give a tax credit. You give a tax credit to everybody, of X amount of dollars. Figure out the $200 billion or $300 billion that's come in, spread it out among the taxpayers, and give everybody a tax break. Donald Trump wants to give them a tariff dividend, which we'll never see. $2,000, $3,000, a Doge dividend check of $5,000, a healthcare dividend of $2,000. You've never seen these checks because they've never been spent. They've never been sent. But he can, through tax breaks and or refund checks, fix the problem, to answer Amy Coney Barrett's issue.
Get the boat ready.
I just love that Donald Trump has lost his mind at 12:37
Cry me a river.
and decided to go after his own Department of Justice. We'll follow.
Crying his ass off. I mean, he way down the river, ain't he? What's Alligator Island? Shit. Can the river take his ass to Alligator Island? And let it tilt over to the left. Oh, he to the right. Yeah, tilt over to the right. Let's see if his fat ass sink or swim. Row your boat. Gently down the alligator stream. Row your boat. You say your arms are tired. Boy, you better row that boat. Because here come them alligators. They hungry as hell. nobody had no money to feed them. So they see all that meat, white meat. Red meat. And Alex Gator said, bring that big ass here. I'm hungry. Real hungry. I'm gonna make this go by quick. You ain't gonna feel a thing. Bring that ass here. Okay, y'all, let me go. Y'all know I ain't got no sense. I will be back at 9, picking up where I left off yesterday. About Charlie. Poor Charlie. Charlie and his girl was at the White House. All up in that, baby. Yep. She was a Trump. She was a Trump first. She was a Trump. She was one of them Trumpies. Trumpets. Trump O's. Yeah. She was a pass around first. She was a plant by the administration. What did that young lady say the other day? At 9 or 6 or 9, she was trained. Hey, Kane Life. She was trained to make them fall in love. She was appointed to them to find their weakness. She was pimped by her mama to be a part of the elite pedo club. She was a spy. She was trained at 6. 6 years old. Was trained to be a spy. And she was a plant. Ghislaine Maxwell to be a spy. And her target was the Kennedys before it was, let them know. Yeah, she was a spy. And her target was the Kennedys. She wanted to be a part of the Kennedys. She needed to be an ear because he was saying no to Israel, pro-Israel. JFK was saying no to the Rothschilds. He turned down their money. So she was a plant. Fast forward, Erica Kirk was a teenage. She was a teen. Her parents was in the CIA intelligence. She won the pageant. She started a human trafficking nonprofit organization that she, for Russia. I think it was Russia. Yeah. And then she was a plant for Charlie. She couldn't persuade him. She couldn't keep him blind to the truth. Money was being funneled in and out. He did not know where it was going. He told Bibi Netanyahu, dang, Bibi not gonna sue me. Bibi, what did somebody say? Not Yahoo. He told him no. He could not be bought. Keep his money. I don't know where the money came from. That's what he told Bibi Netanyahu. What? Charlie Kirk told Bibi Netanyahu, I don't know where your money is coming from. Wow. That's a Flavor Flav Wow. Yeah. And y'all, Turning Point USA, either you knew what was coming. Yeah. Y'all still drinking that Kool-Aid. Who tells Bibi Netanyahu, I don't know where you getting your money from, so keep it. I don't want it. I don't want to be a part of this genocide. Y'all are unaliving babies. That's not biblical. So all of this is about Israel in the Bible. That's not true. I don't know how anybody is believing that. And it was created in 1948. That math right there threw me off. How? I mean, wait, what? I mean, I ain't no scholar, but I ain't no dummy either. How could God be all this BC and DC and all of this beget, and what? And you talking about 1948? Oh no, something ain't right. So hey, it is what it is. But I say it again. Old girl was a plant. She was a Trump before she was a Kirk. Her parents are in the intelligence community. Okay? And they are not liking Candace, but they put her to number one. They put her to the top. Oh, I'm glad we've been on her, in her corner, listening to her sound facts and debunking long before she became number one. Shout out to Candace. Shout out to the tea sippers who trusted me enough to follow her once she started following Christ. For real. Once she got out of the cult. Once she stopped drinking the Kool-Aid. Boy, I tell y'all, for y'all who still on that Kool-Aid, you can really start making some sense. Your dots can really connect when y'all asses get off that Kool-Aid. You may need to wean yourself, just like people over here need to wean themselves from that fake Bible. That's friend with him. Y'all need to wean yourself from that. It's about two brothers. That ain't it. Them brothers made peace. Esau came to his brother in peace and love and embraced him. How did y'all miss that? So y'all got to stop talking about this is about two brothers. That's not true. And we know it's not true because when his brother was coming to him, when he thought his brother was coming with war, he was still Jacob. The day before his brother came, he was still Jacob. And because he knew he was outnumbered, and because he knew that his brother had every right to come the way he was coming, he cried out to God. He cried out to God. And they say, you know, he got a little bruised up in there. Yeah, that was your see yourself for who you really are. See yourself a wretch undone. Yeah, it hurts you so when you have to see yourself a wretch undone. When you have to come to terms with who you really are before Christ accepts you, redirects you. It's not a pretty picture. Let me tell you that now. It absolutely is not a beautiful vision when you see yourself for who you really are, a wretch undone. Yeah, ain't nothing pretty about it. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah. But when you know that you are ill-hearted, you've done some ill-intent things, self-centered things. Yeah, when you don't have enough people to help you fight this battle, and the only person that you can cry out to is God. Then, and only then, when he took that realization beat down from God, did he become Israel. You understand? And when he became Israel, this is about to make me tear up. Oh my God. When he became Israel, there was peace. His brother came to him in peace. Only when he became Israel. Jacob had to die. Them old ways had to die. And then he became Israel. And his brother Esau came in peace. Now, can somebody please tell me why they're still insisting that this war over there is about two brothers? When Israel was born, Jacob died. Absolutely. Naturally, Narlins. You got to look back. And it is brutal. It's painful. So that's why I make it a point to express that what's going over there by land don't have nothing to do with Esau and Israel. Because when Israel was born, Jacob died, he became new, and his brother came in peace. So what's going on right now don't have nothing to do with God, don't have nothing to do with Israel, don't have nothing to do with Esau. Now, it does have something to do with a spiritual warfare. It is good and evil. Because the Zionist is competing with Christ. So I will say it's spiritual, but not Esau, Jacob, and Israel. Again, I'm going to say, when Israel was born, his brother came in peace, hugged and embraced him. I don't want war. I want peace. You're my brother and I love you. So I debunk all of that other stuff. Okay, good people. Can I go now, y'all? Yes, indeed, honey. Yes, indeed. We got to stop going along with them fake narratives. Because that keeps Bibi Netanyahu and Trump and all these other people who have invested in this new world order. They're justifying it with Christians as if it's biblical. And it's not. At 9 o'clock. I'm coming back at 9 o'clock. I just ate me a little something. So I'm going to let it digest. Yeah, and I'll be back at 9, okay, good people? Mwah.